starting this first half. If you wait a bit until this afternoon, we will talk a bit. We're starting in which country, but it will be a country by country rollout because we're talking money, and that's central bank. That's financial regulations, nothing to do with domestic regulation. As part of that, we'll do step-by-step implementation.
We have certain type of the concept which you are bringing up.
Yeah.
We do have a certain type of concepts running in Pakistan right now.
Yeah, and Pfizer,
We have
for example.
Telnor running it right. Telnor running it. Mobilink, Orascom, they're running it.
Yeah.
These two companies, they have their own links with the banks. Telnor 51% of a microfinance bank, so they're running through that. What they do is like I go to a shop, I give them the money, they send me an SMS that this is the coding, you can keep it over there. I can just send the SMS to another guy anywhere in my country. And he can just go to another Telnor shop and take the cash over there. And there's a small fee, 25 rupees involved into it. They started with payment of bills. I can just go to any Telnor store and pay off. But it wasn't actually the mobile money. Solution which I'm looking for is something like that. If he's my friend, if I have to pay him, I can just take it when I take it and my money goes to him. I don't have to go to a shop and pay him. Somewhere in the central server, I'm holding about 10,000, 20,000 rupees.
Whatever.
He wants 5,000, just click.
And he's got it. And if he wants to cash out or pay another merchant, it doesn't matter.
That's what I'm looking for. So, is this what that's about?
Yeah, there's another step in there, which is also what we're looking at is by working with the operators. It's at stage 2. Initially, everyone starts to do their own with enabling people, but also you limit people within one network. Because if I want to pay you, I don't know what phone you have, and I don't know what network you're on. I just need to pay you, and that's what we're enabling.
But isn't the payments more like sending an SMS and the account transfer to a Nokia central bank? Let's say Nokia is acting like a bank.
We're actually plugging in different banks at the back end.
Okay.
What we do is an overall, let me see if I can do this.
Yeah, in India you are working with 3 banks.
Look at this. What we're actually looking at is, do you remember in the early 90s, I could send an SMS if you had the right phone and you were on the same network.
Yes.
An SMS would never really take off. It only took off once you had roaming. I just had your number and I sent it there.
Yeah.
And once the phones have the support. So what we're looking at building here is an open ecosystem. We call it the Nokia Money Initiative.
Okay.
Where let's say you have an operator who has some system, we can link it in.
Okay.
If somebody does not, we can help. And it's not about a Nokia Money thing, but we would actually say we're on both eyes level. And the branding can be different. The approach can be different. It's a bit similar like if you're a bank and you issue a credit card and the underlying network is MasterCard.
Okay, yeah.
And so this is what we're building here. It's a mobile network.
The good thing about Pakistan is we already have this network for the thing we talk about credit card. We already have it running. We have about 10 major banks. They're all using the same central system of one bank. So the whole infrastructure is in place. Just the incorporated and the apps are required to run it. That's what I'm just looking for.
And the next step is that system needs to interact with the systems in Dubai or the systems in London. Because naturally you have people not just in Pakistan, but you have people outside, and then the whole international remittance channel comes into play.
Another thing I was looking at, there's this possibility like I'm sitting in Pakistan, my father's sitting in England. I can just call him up, father, I need about 10,000 pounds, you ship it over. He just sends an SMS and the money ships over to me.
There might be certain regulations applying,
There will
because if
be.
you're saying 10,000 pounds, 10,000 rupees is different, but there's the whole regulation for money laundering. You need to have a solid identification called KYC, know your customer. There's a bit more, but what we're driving here is like, if this becomes more widespread, like when we introduced the first camera 6 or 7 years ago, it's
7650, the first one.
yeah, exactly. Good old slider. Yeah, silver. And people said at that time, yeah, the picture quality. But now you have 60-70% of people take their pictures with their phone. So then we started that with maps back in E90, I think it was the first map.
The mapping to E61, it came up with basic mapping came up with.
So that E61 was like 3.5 years, 4 years.
Yeah.
So now, if you join the press conference, you will hear some good data. And so suddenly map becomes more and more commonplace for people. And it's not just the driving, it's also the navigation. So camera, map, And the money part is the next part. I've actually just stopped it so I could explain a bit on the operating. Did I do something wrong by stopping? Okay. So, Walter is in product marketing, and he keeps me a bit
I'm trying to keep you in
aligned.
control here. Hi,
Hi, Farhan Chawla,
Nice
Pakistan.
to meet you. Hi.
So the thinking here is really around the making money a regular part of your mobile phone, and we're playing a bit with the branding when we're saying what's connecting people, talk and money.
How do you think that it's going to replace the debit cards? I'm not talking about credit cards.
The key thing here for us is actually we don't want to replace anything what's existing in electronic, and a debit card is for me somebody who has an account, who has an electronic capability. What we're shooting here is actually to replace cash transactions. So have you seen a demo of that thing?
No.
Sorry, I need to give you one of my cards here.
This is.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Thank you.
That's a different way.
This is my contacts inside. My
So
Facebook.
do you have
Twitter.
that? Do you have that?
It's my web address, sensupply.com.
Okay, because what I was thinking, if I would have an NFC phone, it looks a bit like it. I would
Okay.
touch it and it would load the business card.
Oh yeah. We have a very good thing running in Pakistan with NFC. One of the hospitals, one of the major hospitals, they run the pneumonia program, and I think they also got the award from the Nokia.
I'm actually for Nokia, also representing Nokia in the NFC forum, and I'm the vice chair of the NFC forum there. So, okay. So, let's do it here. So this is like the Nokia Money interface.
That's recording.
Okay, so it's very simple. You can see your transactions or your bank balance, right? Where, for example, the system itself would show you what your balance is and which transactions you've done. Then the other part is send money, withdraw money at the agent, as you were describing. You can pay your bills. So, for example, you put up what your bills are. And, okay, so I have my housing info. Right, and it's 150, and it's on. Oh, I'm already over. No, I'm not yet over.
Let's do this, 28.
Okay. But the most simplest thing is then recharging your prepaid, so you don't have to go to the kiosk. So you can just do it when you need. And that's it basically. So let's do like sending money. I could go into my contacts or just use one, which I have. So this is right from my contacts. And let's say I need to pay you whatever to. I could say have a message here for the peer, and then I just authenticate with my code. So it's sending. Now what's happening, it's actually preparing it. Then once it's sent to the service, and once it has been sent to the other phone, I get another confirmation. So what you see here is the other phone who just got it. So you start the app. Oh, here's the confirmation that it's sent.
Okay.
So what you just saw is 9 seconds.
Yeah, just
How long does cash take?
it takes time. You have to take it out, count it. But there's one thing which I'm looking for. When you're typing,
Yeah.
it does not ask for the reconfirmation. This is the amount you want to send. You just send 2. I can just typing 2. I can go 22 and in a hurry I just press send. It will send $22 over there.
Yeah, but what we did here, right? When I'm going here,
You put 2.
yeah, I put in 2.
You put in the next.
Yeah, okay,
Put in
next.
that. Oh yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I was too fast on that. Because if you do the regular thing, once you, for example, if you would do it now, right? At that moment, you end up in. Initially, you need like 7. We do a lot of usability studying, like consumer behavior, and then if I show it to you once, and you do it the next 2 times, you need 8 to 10 seconds, and then you come down to 4 to 5. So, for example, if I would say, okay, I'll pay him, right, and I just give him an amount. Now I need it. See, now I mistyped that. That was like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Done. The interesting thing we do here is also, because we know a bit about mobile phones, we separate the user interface from the transport. What data did I use?
It's done by SMS.
We could have used Wi-Fi, we could have used 3G, we could have, but this is SMS, as you say.
Easiest form available. The There are times there are parts in Pakistan where you don't have data service available. It works.
And I think it's key to have a simple to use thing. It's a simple like if you tell a friend how to send the SMS. That's what it should be.